Hi guys, Kalmier here once again, and so today we're going to be working on an automated cobblestone generator that uses pistons. And if you saw my test world, it's going to be the design I showed there, except for I've kind of simplified it a little bit, kind of compacted it a little bit. Now to build this, what we're going to need are 3 buckets of lava, 2 buckets of water, 7 redstone repeaters for timing, 2 redstone torches, some redstone dust, a pressure plate, 4 pistons, and 5 blocks that are unable to be moved by pistons. This includes furnace, chests, obsidian. I'm using furnaces because they are very easy to construct. It's just 8 cobblestone in a circle on the 3x3 grid of a workbench. And so they're going to be what I'm going to be using. Now to build this, outside you're going to need an area that's going to be 7 by 9. If you're building this underground, however, your wall would actually go across here. Like if you went to the corner of the room you want it built in, you would simply dig 1 in and then 2 over, 1, 2, and then this would be a 7 by 6. Okay. Alright, and to start this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back area, the back corner, and we're going to go 2 over and 1 down and place a block. And this is actually where our water source is going to come out from, and it's going to go into a hole there. Like that. And so on the other side we want the lava source. So we want the lava source there, so we're actually going to build a little border around it and put the lava. Okay, so this is the most simplistic cobblestone generator you can make. Go ahead and recollect the lava. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the same thing on the other side. And dig a hole. Put our water. Whoops. And we're going to have the lava on the other side. Now this block right here and this block right here should be your wall if you're digging this underground. And this block is actually blocking your exit right now, if you've built this correctly. So from here we also want to go ahead and put our pistons up. We're going to have a piston here that's going to push this cobblestone towards the middle. A piston here that pushes this cobblestone towards the middle. We're going to have a piston here that pushes all of this out towards the front. So that's how our 3 pistons are set up. So we should be able to go ahead and put our lava in. Alright, so from here, from this piston, we need to make sure we have 3 blocks going out like that. Same thing on the other side. This is basically going to be for wiring. And from this middle piston, on the block behind it, we're going to put 1 dust and then 2 on the ground. And we're going to draw a line across all this. We're going to go up that block on each corner, and we're going to use our repeaters. The first one I'm going to set to 4, and then this one I'm going to click it once to set it to 2. On this side I'm going to set it to 4, and this side I'm going to set it to this one I'm going to click twice. So this one is set to 3, and that one again is set to 2. And what that does is that ensures that if this has a block, it's always going to go first. And if this one has a block, it's going to try and go second, but this one will already have filled that space. So it kind of ensures that the blocks are pushed in order. And technically this one will always push this block, these 2 blocks back into that space, but then that gives this one a longer delay to get a block formed, plus that one will have a block. I know it kind of sounds complicated, but I've tested the different numbers and it does seem to work better when you have them 1 tick off from each other. And let's see, what are we missing? something else with these is this: if we have 3 cobblestone going across here like this, this one is going to push the 3 cobblestone and the piston and keep pushing that way. So in order to prevent it, we're going to put our unmovable block there, and the same thing on this side. Now again, this would be the walls. So if your cobblestone generator is pushing out this way, you'd be breaking a cobblestone there. If you have another wall that goes on, then you might not need to put something to stop the cobblestone from pushing out, but since I'm building this outside, I'm going to put a stopper right there, a unpushable block. And that is our cobblestone generator. We need to set up a 5 clock, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, a 5 clock is a block with a torch on it. You have a repeater set to 4, and then you have dust going around. Now you can set this to a 3 clock, but anything less than that, it'll burn itself out. And I'm setting this to 4 because we're pushing cobblestone, which cobblestone creates slowly, so I want it on a lower delay. So there we go. We have our cobblestone generator working. And you could technically leave this like this, but rather than have the 5 clock outside, we're going to put it underground right here. So again, this would be the block that we would keep destroying. So I'm going to put my pressure plate right here. So I'm going to dig a hole 2 down, put dust on top of it, and then I'm going to cover it back up and put the pressure plate. And I'm going to come back here, go ahead and destroy this 5 clock because we don't want one outside like this. And where this redstone ends, we're going to dig 3 here, and this is going to be my stairs. And in that 3rd drop, we're going to go ahead and dig a 2x2 tunnel until we find our redstone. Whoops, redstone. That redstone that we put down earlier. There it is. Put some torches in here so you guys can see. So from this redstone, we're going to do 1 torch and then go over and put 1 dust, and then we're going to go into a block. And this block is going to be our 5 clock. So again, torch on the block, repeater set to 4, and then that goes back into the block. So when we hit the pressure plate, this torch will turn off and the 5 clock will start. And then when we step off the pressure plate, the 5 clock will stop. And then this just goes up the stairs and connects to our existing wire. As you can see, the torches in the back are blinking. So we have a fully operational cobblestone generator right now. The only problem is because lava flows so slowly, sometimes 2 doesn't replenish the middle block as quickly. So this last part is optional. I'm going to add a 3rd cobblestone generator underneath. So to start out, I'm going to go ahead and recollect my lava so I don't burn myself while I'm trying to do this. I'm going to clear this middle section out of all the cobblestone. And I'm going to block off the water. Not the source, leave the sources there, just block off the flow. Alright, and from here I'm going to dig 1 down and then another 1 down so I have a step, and then I'm also going to dig the 2 that's underneath this pressure plate, this piston. Okay, so that leaves me with a hole like that. Now our wiring for the 5 clock is on this side, so the wiring for this piston is going to be on this side. So I'm going to go back into the hole and I'm going to turn and dig the bottom one right there and put dust. Okay, and from there we're going to put the piston in the hole where the redstone dust is. Go ahead and move the 2 blocks blocking the water. Now the water is going into the hole that's dug on the other side of the piston, so it's not going to flow over. I'm going to put lava, and when it flows over the piston, we have cobblestone. So there's our generator. Now I need to cover up this this pit like that, and then I can put the other 2 lavas back. Alright, now it's getting late again, so let me go ahead and sleep real fast. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And so now what we need to do is go ahead and wire that piston that's underneath there. So I'm going to come over to this side, and again where the redstone dust ends, I'm going to do 3 long, and I'm going to make stairs out of this. And then I'm going to do a 2x2 tunnel until I find that redstone dust. Go ahead and put a torch in here. Now this one's a little bit more cramped area, so we got to kind of work the repeaters. I'm going to put one going straight into the block set to 4, and then dust in the corner with another repeater set to 4. So now we have one set has 4 ticks and then 2 ticks. The one above us has 4 ticks and 3 ticks, and then the one down here has 4 ticks and 4 ticks. So each one is slightly longer. Now I've tried it without, like each one of these has a 4 tick repeater no matter which one. I've tried it without it, but they go off too fast that this piston is still sticking out, not giving the other pistons time to push the cobblestone out. So that's why I have to have so many repeaters. I'm actually going to make a change here real quick. Let's see. That repeater has to stay because it's on this side of the line, but over here I can switch this, put this repeater to 4, and that way I don't need this repeater. So this gives a 4 tick delay to the downstairs and the upstairs one, but that one has to stay there because it's on that side of this block. So there may be a way to redo the redstone. If you find anything useful, definitely let me know. But let's go ahead and start it up. It should work. Oh, whoa. Just remembered that. So as you can see, this piston's obviously going to keep pushing up. So before it gets too high, you definitely want to make sure you have a unpushable block above that as well. And there we go. So again, if you're building this underground, this would be your wall right here. Whoops. And you would dig down that way. So if you are doing that, what you might want to do, if you have dirt there, pickaxes take kind of long, you can replace that with a furnace in order so that you're not breaking it as quickly. But if you're on the surface like me, and you don't want to face this one, you can actually put a furnace there, and that way you can just face straight, and there you go. So if you found this useful or you thought that this was efficient, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.